Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1. Here I am. That's me. You can see the name down there. I'd like to welcome you to my video with some extra beginner tips. What do I even call it this time? Because I had 5 beginner tips and then 5 more beginner tips. Pretty soon I'm going to have 5 more extra also, and then here's a couple more beginner tips. But I have been asked for more, and I like to deliver, and the first thing I'm going to deliver to you is some information on how you can get yourself a girlfriend. So that's pretty cool. This little Lycanus lady here, pretty as she may be, appears to be locked behind a paywall. I already have her unlocked, so I'll pop it and lock it over here to an extra bonus account, my step account, if you will. And you can see it says meet via first top up. Well, ain't that some S? Says we gotta spend 30 United States of American dollars. And then we get her. But that is not actually true. If you end up getting 60 of her favorability cards, then you too can have a special friend with a tail. Do with that what you will. We've got a couple of events going on here, so I'll give you a tip on the champion roulette. First thing you want to look at is, are you close to the companion for one of them? If you're close to the companion, you should get that one first. Otherwise, if there's a really good mythic that you could potentially get, then you should be going for that one. A lot of times those will be the same. But if you have 5 or 10 that you need to get, and you got a couple thousand diamonds that you're willing to throw away, maybe up to 10,000 diamonds, then it might be worth the gamble, but you need to understand that it is a gamble. And speaking of gambling, bonus tip, if you are buying yourself some of these hammers for the old Catacomb crawl, then my tip is to go look in a mirror and think about your life, and put the phone down. Put down the phone. Do not buy this. Don't pay for this gambling. You will be left in tears, and your life will be in shambles, and you're going to end up on the street wondering where all your money went because you didn't get a gosh darn thing from the stupid Catacomb crawl. Or you'll be rich and a millionaire. I'm sure in the comments somebody's like, well, actually, I did that and I struck oil, and now I have billions of dollars, and Jeff Bezos is my friend. Well, that didn't happen for me, so I can't recommend it. Now, I know that people are dying for some tips in Valley of Conquerors, and I want to make a really great, fully functional guide for your Valley of Conquerors, but that is time-consuming. I really want to get it right. I don't want to mess it up, and I want my teams to be in a better place so that I'm actually competitive in Valley of Conquerors, because the way my account is right now, I'm just simply not very competitive because I went too far in my campaign, and I have to ascend so many different people to make videos for everybody that I'm spread too thin, and my main team is not strong enough to be able to hold its ground at all. But we're getting close to getting that back under control, and that's kind of why the guide videos for individual characters have slowed down a little bit, because I feel like I have to make the champions and get them all good. But what are you going to do? All right, so our tip here, when it comes to our grain mills, you're going to see a little Inquisition logo right above the grain mill. You want to click on that, and you want to put somebody right on inside of there, and you're going to get yourself 3,000 bread a minute. However, you need to actually come back and click on this claim button to receive that bread, or you will get nothing, and no one will notify you that you got nothing, and you'll just be crying in your soup one day thinking, man, I wish I had some bread to go with this soup, but you ain't gonna have any bread because you didn't click on claim. And why not? We'll give you another tip for the Valley of Conquerors while we're at it. These buildings in the central area are always hotly contested, and the reason is because when you garrison yourself in there, you can get some extra stats. We've got all attributes plus 5%. Right underneath that, we've got damage plus 10%. And right above that, we have damage reduction plus 10%. So holding all 3 of those can make your team pretty strong. And everybody also has a buff in their own home zone, which gives us 10% constitution. You can see we actually have that buff for our team right now. And before we get to the last tip, I just want to do that classic YouTube thing where I remind you, hey, if you like my status, then like my status, or whatever that one person said on that funny joke meme the one time. I don't know. Internet. My last tip is for the average player who, I would say that the average player is a casual spender. Not that many people go fully free to play, although I do respect that if that's what you want to do. However, if you are the kind of person that wants to spend a little bit of money and get a little bit of extra progress, and you're not sure what in this bundle of mess you actually should be buying. I'm sure a lot of people will see something like, okay, this one's 20 bucks. It gives me all these summons and some gold. That's really cool. I should get that one. Well, it's not terrible, but I would recommend getting the Challenge Fund. The Challenge Fund gives you more and more diamonds as you go for, at the beginning, completing individual chapters, and then in the last couple, it's every other chapter. But you do end up getting 38,000 diamonds, and I would highly recommend that if you're going to spend money on diamonds, that you are using them efficiently. Don't just think that you bought a bunch of them and you have a bunch of them and you can do whatever you want with them because you're a high roller and can't nobody do nothing to you. If what you want is summons, then I would spend those on the Might Rush, starting with the $13.99 packs. I think that these are the best deal because really you want summoning stones. These other things are nice, but you're here for summoning stones. Wedding rings are a great bonus, don't get me wrong, but I think the $13.99 packs are the best ones. And ultimately, any one of these packs is going to be a better deal than if you just straight up bought a multi-summon. If you're looking to spend, that's the way I would spend. And also, there are intimacy packs, which are not these intimacy packs. The intimacy packs that I would recommend for you to get if you're spending diamonds, and I think it's a great way to spend diamonds, are the intimacy packs that come with these 3 items right here. It's specifically the $5.99 pack is the best deal, and you should buy as many of those as you can. And in fact, I would say that buying intimacy is much more important than buying summons, until at the very least you have yourself a mythic companion that is shooting out mythic babies for you. I'm sure I've said many similar things before, but this tip is specifically which thing you should buy. You can consider all that other nonsense a little bit of a bonus. So if you're new to the game and you're looking for a home, we do have 2 guilds on our server now. All of the information is below. We had a couple spots open up in RageKingdom, and now those have filled up again. So RageKingdom 2 is there for all you lovely people that would like to join and play with me and the awesome people in my community. They are way cooler than I am, I can assure you of that. But hey, if you're looking for a friend to put in a friend code for, you have to be before chapter 320 to be able to put in a friend code. And the way that you do it is you click on the community, click on your rewards, and you should be able to put it in there. I no longer can do that because I'm beyond the point of being able to do that. So I want to thank you for watching the video. I have been RagePanda1, and I will see you in the next one.